We are the Stop Wearing My Clothes podcast. I'm Kayla, and Amy is coming shortly. She's running late, and I didn't feel like waiting, so I'm going to do the intro without her. This is episode 22, and we're doing the Bachelor recap for week 2. So we always start out with Bachelor news that happened this week. But I also, since we're kind of new into the schedule, I really wanted to make sure you guys were following kind of what days we're on now, because we're being consistent and we're doing good. So every Wednesday, we will be doing our Bachelor recap, and every other Sunday, we'll have a relationship episode. So we're really excited about this new schedule because we think it's a little bit more manageable. And, for the time we have for the podcast now, it really fits perfectly where we can really do like a quality job, not just quantity. So really excited about that. And obviously, the more time we have for a podcast, we'll add episodes, but that's just kind of what we're going to do for now. So what I'm going to go into now is Bachelor news. Okay, we got a couple breakups, potential breakups, and then we also have potential new couples. So get ready. I don't know. I'm going to start off with the bad news so we can end on a good note. So we got Riley and Marissa from Bachelor in Paradise. We might have spoken too soon last week when we're like, oh, all Bachelor in Paradise couples are together. Woohoo. It looks like Marissa and Riley are not together anymore. They haven't done like a legit like, hey, we've broken up, like when they post the same picture, sometimes different pictures, but like the caption's the same. That's usually like the go-to on The Bachelor unless someone really fucks up. But really, Riley has not been in any of Marissa's posts, and she did a like story selfie without her ring, and she's doing like super like stories of like and really intense like quotes and stuff, the usual when IG bitches break up. They they throw in those quotes. They love them. So it's looking like, I feel like in the next week, since it's been picked up in media and stuff of like the potential, they're going to have to say something about it. They're going to be like, aha, you guys are silly. Look at us together. I was just getting my ring fixed. Or they're going to be like, the rumors are true. So let's watch out for that in this coming week, because actually next week there's no Bachelor episode. So we actually won't have an episode on Wednesday, but we will have a relationship episode that Sunday. So you haven't gotten rid of us yet. You'll still get something next week. Something kind of fun is Claire and Blake are a potential new couple. So Claire, the bachelorette who ended up with Dale and that messy breakup, and Blake was actually on her season, but he might have gotten somewhat far. I actually think they kind of had a weird, like kind of messy breakup even on the show. But then Blake went on to Bachelor in Paradise and dated Tia. And he kind of gave me that same type of vibe I think he did with Claire. So interesting, but they're hanging out again. So alarms up. Do we got a new Bachelor couple? We're going to find out. It's like kind of this new norm where I think it started with Peter and, oh crap, I can't think of her name. But I think she was like third runner up, and that's the person Kelly. That's the person he ended up with kind of long-term-ish afterwards. And then we've got that thing going on with Katie and I suck at names today. I want to say Greg. No, Greg's not. It's not Greg. John. Katie and John, like he left second episode. So I think this is kind of starting a new trend where like if they don't end up with the main person, don't give up on the guys that you like who got sent home early. There's hope for them now, guys or girls. So that happened. And one thing, I've been watching all of Katie's lives because I'm a huge Katie Thurston fan. I don't know. I posted a while ago because I actually met her when she did stand up. I think I've said that like 20 million times, but I was just really excited. But I've been watching her lives, and she mentioned she was going to write a book. And I have a feeling it's going to be just as messy as the 12 Days of Messy. So I think she's in like the really early phases. I don't think she has a publisher or anything, just kind of mostly writing down some thoughts and things for her to remember when she does kind of go farther in the book. But I'm telling you, I'm going to be first in line. I actually got Hannah Brown's book for Christmas. I haven't read it yet, but I did do the cheating thing where like E-News posts like the top 10 things we found out from Hannah Brown's book, blah, blah, blah. And we found out like she slept with Peter and stuff. So that was kind of fun. But I really do want to go in and like actually read because she's one of my favorites. And so you got to support your gals. All right. That is all I got in the news for Bachelor. If I miss something, let us know. And then I'm going to stop this right now and wait for Amy to get here and get her butt over here. And then we'll go into this week's episode with Clay. All right. She took her sweet time, but she's here.
I have arrived.
All right. So we did all the intro shenanigans. I left you out of it, but we need to talk about week 2 episode, Clayton Bachelor season. Go.
These girls are crazy. I actually think it's funny as I've grown up, like watching the show, the way I feel about it then versus how I feel about it now. Number one, it could just be because they're worse, but I feel like before I always thought there's like this villain and they're like a bad, mean person. Now I'm just like, oh man, this girl's just so insecure. Like I think of it.
Sad.
Yes, it's terrible to watch. It's like, this is embarrassing. How are they ever going to get married?
My favorite memes is Hillary Duff and what's her name? Cassidy talking.
Yeah, they're like,
those?
Lizzie McGuire knows a Kate when she sees one. Yep.
So essentially what happened is 2 villains emerged this episode. We've got Cassidy and we have Shanaynay. And they're besties. It starts with Cassidy. So what happens with her?
She's just very confident. Let's call it that. She goes, so the date was like doing a birthday party for a group of kids, and Hillary Duff comes and she's like part of it or whatever. And she comes in and doesn't do anything for the party and just keeps stealing him and making out with him.
Aggressively. That's some aggressive making out.
I want to have sex with you right this very second if you'll say yes.
But I love to say,
wiles.
I saw her in me a little bit when she went and sat at the table with the other the kids and the other girls. She was like, yeah, I don't really spend time with people like you, like the kids. I like that, like, she's at least herself. Like all the other ones is like, oh, I just want to watch him with kids because he's gonna be a father. Oh, I love kids. That's not the fact with everybody, you know? And I feel like that's almost like, I don't know. I don't like that narrative of like all women are obsessed with children because that's not the case. So I enjoyed that part of the day where Cassidy didn't pretend to be like anyone else. She was authentically her.
And the only thing I have to combat that is, but you're going on the show where the Bachelor wants to have a family. So he's doing this date on purpose to see how you are with kids. But at the same time, he rewarded her for it. But do you actually think that they just made him give her the rose?
Lots of tongue. No, I think I need to tell you something, Amy. Let me tell you something about life. Okay. Men's penises are so powerful that sometimes it overcomes the brain. So, like, it wasn't the brain, or it was a different type of brain that chose who was going to get the rose on that group date. And it was a little disappointing. I really didn't think he was. I thought he was going to do the teacher. Sari, I think her name is. I really like her. She's super cute. And it's super, like, Michelle vibes. Like, teacher again? It's like, say what? He's got a type.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, like, the thing is, and like afterwards, so Cassidy then enters the new villain also, Shanaynay, and they're besties, and they're literally like talking on camera of their game plan of how to win the Bachelor. And it's just so like, you can see right through it. It's like she calls it a competition. It's like, no, you have to get an early connection. That's how you win on these things. And you do what you have. Like, they were like, it was like almost like a huddle in a football game.
Well, yeah. And then Cassidy basically was like, now that I got this rose, I know I'm not leaving for a while. I'm just going to sit back. Like, I'm good. It's like, that's not really about the connection, lady.
Exactly.
And then come to find out that she has a little side business going on with another man. I'm glad that other girl told him.
I am too. I'm not gonna lie though, if I was in the situation, unless I was like further in it and I felt like I needed to tell him, especially in those early days, I don't think I would have told Clayton. I just like I don't want to be one of those girls who like gives the bad news. Like it just you're the person who gave the bad news. You're the person who like started the like I don't know. I would not talk about the girls. I would not mention
Okay,
their names no matter what. Unless I
I
was further in it.
I agree with that, but I think maybe what she should have done is told her you need to tell him.
Yeah, that's maybe a better way to do it.
But then you would never know because then Cassidy could have been like this chick, da 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 da,
Yeah,
and made
she
up
could
a
have
big old
flipped
thing about
the
her. Like, what is this girl's name? Sorry. Okay, let's move on to the next
Shanaynay.
girl. Yes,
Shanaynay is worse than Cassidy.
way worse because even Cassidy turned against her.
That's when you know you're the real villain is when the other villain turns against you.
But it's
So,
actually she's also more sad
I
because you can
know.
tell it's a big like I don't think she went in with intent like I think she wants to be with Colton. I actually not Colton. Why do I always call him Colton? In the
Because
other
they're the
episode,
same person.
do you
'Cause,
realize the last episode I called him Colton multiple times and we didn't even notice?
it makes sense. No, I didn't know that, but it doesn't surprise me.
Okay, Clayton. I feel like she really wants him to like her. I think she's just so insecure that she thinks the only way to do it is to bring down everyone else. And
And
she's
can we
not
just yeah, can we do a round of applause for Elizabeth?
yeah.
She handled that with such grace. So essentially, Shanaynay was like Elizabeth's Two Face, and it was really out of nowhere. She's a lovely human being, and she handled it so great.
Yeah.
And Shanaynay just for her name's Shanae, but when she's evil, she calls herself Shanaynay. So
And
she's
then she
always
does a little wacky dance.
no. The part that pissed me off the most is the ADHD comments.
And she
Like,
won't quit.
that was excessive, and even, like, okay, she accidentally said it once, oh crap, she's probably like, "Oh, no." She knew what she was doing, and she said it over and over and over again, and it's just like, you don't talk about someone's mental health and out them on, like, national television and in front of all the like, it was just like, Elizabeth should have stalked her. Like, she shouldn't have been so queenish. She should have gone down in the dirt and been a Meghan Markle instead of a Kate Middleton, but she sticked with the Kate Middleton role, but
Well, and it makes me mad too because I feel like Clayton is believing her.
well, that the fact that she was in like the top two, because you know how he always like it's a new thing ish they do in the past couple seasons. They like, oh, the top two people, you talk about what you enjoyed of them, and then you choose one of those for the group date
Well,
rose.
yeah, and it's a slap in Elizabeth's face when he's like, thank you for being so honest and having the hard conversations and being so truthful. And it's like, she literally made up something out of thin air saying this girl's two-faced because she was getting more attention from Clayton.
It would have been
And
whoever sat next to him on the date.
and then after that, Elizabeth gets talked to by Clayton and she just says, I don't know. I'll have a conversation with her. I'm like, I have no idea. Goes and talks with this chick. And she is like, well, we were at the pool and you didn't look at me and didn't acknowledge me. Okay, so maybe that is true. And maybe that really did hurt her feelings. But then Elizabeth, with teary eyes, honestly told her that she has ADHD and it makes it hard for her to be able to focus on more than one person. And Hannah Brown came on her Instagram stories and backed that up and says it is an ADHD problem. And Matt, is that her? No, that's not Matt. Mark? Is that her boyfriend?
I can't remember his name at the moment.
Whatever his name is, she was like, yeah, it was hard at first because he would come in and like try to talk and I would just be so focused I wouldn't acknowledge him. So real. I'm not that anybody said it wasn't real besides freaking Shanaynay, but then they go back into the group setting and she's like, and then Elizabeth's like, it's finally kind of cranked into her brain that this girl's so rude. And Shanaynay calls her out in front of everybody. Oh, you have ADHD. It's like, that wasn't even relevant. Just say out loud.
I know.
It was like she was making it up.
I know it was wild. It was wild. And then she does the exact same thing at the rose ceremony, takes her outside, is like, it's because you have ADHD? She has ADHD, everybody.
I have
ADHD.
all of a sudden she says, I have ADHD. Like, what is wrong with
Yeah,
you?
she has problems. So let's
But
talk
doesn't she
about.
stay? Is she going to stay? I feel like she stays.
I don't know. So at the end,
I feel like they might get rid of Cassidy and keep Shanaynay for one more week.
I think that's going to happen too. So essentially, the people who got the roses this week on the group date, or the dates in general, is Cassidy. We talked about her, the kid date. Sarah got the rose on the date where the what was it? They had like an obstacle course or something, and Sarah got the rose. She's super
I like
sweet.
her.
I think she's a front runner.
Yeah.
And she's the one who they showed as a top 3. I don't know if she actually is or if it's editing. I'm not even going to get into that again. And then Susie, the first one-on-one, and then she got the rose. Susie's adorable. He likes Susie.
Yeah.
I really like saying her name for some reason. It just like, I don't know, reminds me of a gentle old lady.
I like also that she does seem very different. I don't know, something about her. She's not like super out, like she just seems, I don't know, something about
She's
her.
I like her.
Yeah.
She's got a cool energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see if she doesn't work out, she has some serious potential for Bachelorette, I think.
Yeah, and
I think between her, Teddy, and Suri right now. I don't know. For some reason, I
really like Genevieve.
I love Genevieve, the one who made the cake.
Yeah,
and then Cassidy
brought it out and jumped it.
Threw it dumped it. Yeah, on the ground. This little child's birthday cake. But yeah, I like Genevieve too. That's another person they show as top 3. But that's essentially what happened. Next week, I mentioned it in the intro that Amy decided not to be on. That we have no new episode of Bachelor. They're making us wait 2 weeks to find out how it ends, which it's like a to be continued ending where that's Clayton. Clayton asks the host, he's like, has anyone ever taken away a rose? Dun dun dun.
You kind of have to send her home after you hear that. Like, even if you like her, it's kind of like, it's too soon. Maybe if they had established way more, but like 2, 3 good makeout sessions should establish.
Yeah, I think it depends if she's a really good talker, maybe.
Yeah, because I guess she could go the route by saying, before I came on this, I wasn't taking it seriously at all. And then I met you and we had such a connection. Like, I have no intention of, it wasn't a relationship, so.
I don't think she's for sure going, but there's a very strong chance of it.
If you had to choose right now, yes or no?
I'm going to say no for devil's advocate.
Okay, I'd say I pray to the dear Lord. That's what I say. I don't want to see her anymore. I can't handle it.
Yeah, she's annoying. So I also have together a Would You Rather Bachelor edition, Clayton Bachelor edition. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Would you rather be besties with Shanaynay or married to Clayton?
Oh gosh, I don't know why that's so hard. It shouldn't be.
Sorry, it's kind of a shady one.
Well, I think I could teach Shanaynay a lot about her issues.
There we go.
Maybe I'd be a good influence on it.
Maybe therapist instead of bestie.
Yeah. But she might think I'm her bestie, so then there you go.
There we go. I don't know. Clayton is growing on me even more this week. I don't know. I feel like he's a good kisser. I usually can tell by watching. I think he's a good kisser.
Yeah, I mean, I would marry him over having to deal with Shanae, for sure.
But yeah.
But does that mean I have to get rid of, only if Jared didn't exist in the world?
Mm-hmm. Okay, moving on. Would you rather have Genevieve's hair, which it's lovely, or Teddy's boobs, which are also lovely?
Oh, I don't think I've looked at her boobs. Whoopsie.
I have.
And Marcus definitely has.
Yes, we love her.
Genevieve's hair.
All right, I'm going with the boobs. All right, this is a good one. Would you rather have one of like the kid dates like this week, or have one of those really cringy wedding ones where it's either group date and they have like a bunch, everyone wears dresses and they like are super messy, or even the one-on-ones where they like do a pretend wedding? Wedding or kids?
Kids.
It's a hard one for me because I feel like
I would like to try on wedding dresses though. That'd be fun.
yeah, I guess like that part of it, but I think it just like is so cringy. It's just like I don't know, a little embarrassing. It's like okay, I just met you and I'm putting on a wedding dress. This is why Joshua breaks up with Rachel and Friends. So I don't know. I do neither.
You have to choose one.
I guess I'll do the kid date, but Clayton would for sure dump me.
You like kids though to a certain extent.
I like
You could find one that you like.
I like very few, and they have to be for the most part blood related. I don't really care for others' children. But or like if I'm a good friends with someone, like I love Missy's kids, like some random Joe outside that has a kid. I don't care about them whatsoever. That's how I feel.
All right.
Okay. Would you rather have Susie's sweetness or Gabby's sense of humor? Can I just say that I'm obsessed with Gabby and I want her?
Funny.
She's for sure going to be on Bachelor in Paradise, and I just like I'm rooting for her in every category of life. I think she's hilarious. Like really next episode, this is your task to really pay attention to everything she says. She's fucking hilarious. Yeah.
And then she said that the pillow was a better kisser than Clayton.
She's got a cool vibe. I like her.
I think he likes her too.
If I was the Bachelor, I would choose between Teddy and Gabby. Those would be my top two.
Or what was the other option?
Susie's sweetness or Gabby's sense of humor.
I like Gabby's voice. Have you heard her talk? She's kind of got like a nasal thing going on.
It's
I love it.
so adorable. She's just she's a cutie patootie.
Yep. Okay. I guess Gabby, sure.
Okay.
That's hard. I like both.
I think Susie's sweetness is more your vibe in the podcast, and Gabby's sense of humor is more my vibe. And it.
Okay, so you want me to choose Susie? I'll choose Susie.
Okay. Last one, if you let me do it. Would you rather have Hillary Duff be your mom, or you would be Hillary Duff's mom?
She'd be my mom.
Yeah, agreed.
For sure.
Rochelle, you're out of here.
Cool. She's too cool. I'd be scared to be her mom.
She is the coolest person in the entire world. I'm actually a lot more obsessed with her now than like when she was on Disney and stuff. That was more your vibe.
I'm so excited to watch How I Met Your Father.
Wait, wasn't that because it was supposed to premiere that same night, right? Did you end up watching it?
No, it's January 18th, I think.
Oh, okay. So it was ahead. Gotcha. Yeah. The trailer doesn't grab me, but
I think it's going to be very cheesy.
Yeah.
I'm concerned about that a little.
Because How I Met Your Mother is really good. So I just don't know if they're going to get that same essence, but we'll see.
No, I think with remakes, you can't. A lot of it sometimes feels forced, but I think that I like the actors and actresses in it enough that I think I can get into it, but we'll see. Yeah,
we'll see. I really loved her in the other show she just finished. I hadn't finished, so don't tell me. But yeah, Younger
I haven't either.
Is really good. So we recommend. Love that show. I went over the schedule at the beginning, but every other Sunday and every Wednesday. But Bachelor is taking a week off. So next Sunday, we will have a relationship advice episode. So make sure you send in your questions. Did anyone send in questions when you posted it the other day? Oh, yay, we got some. Thank you for everyone who put them in. We are going to answer them, so get ready. Oh, and I just found out today, actually even haven't told Amy, but if you are a member of Clubhouse or know what that is, I haven't been on there yet. I think I created an account to potentially do some stuff with podcasts. First, let me know what you think about that. But our past guest, Amani Butler, has invited me to do a Clubhouse room with her, I think that's called. And we will be doing it January 26th at 6 o'clock, and it's going to be a relationship episode. So,
am I going to be there or just you?
Yeah, she didn't invite you. She only invited me. But maybe you'll get invited to the next one. But I'm going to be here. Like, I'll be co-host of Stop Wearing My Clothes podcast, and it's to promote the podcast. And then you could be on next.
Yeah. Oh, I don't need to be. I'm okay. I get scared.
I guess it's just like a voice. You just like voice talk, and then you're in a room, and then people can like, it's like a live. See, I don't know anything about Clubhouse, but I'm doing one. So January 26th at 6 p.m. Me and Amani Butler. And then make sure you are following us on all social. Make sure you leave us a review on Apple Podcasts because we're still at 39 and we need 50. We hit 50, you get the big bucks. I mean, it's a giveaway. I don't know how much exactly we will spend on it, but I don't know. Impress us. Do we have anything else to say? Email us.
Yeah, email us your relationship questions or any topics you want us to talk about. Always at stopwearingmyclothes podcast@gmail.com.
All right. And that's it,
All right.
bitches. See you later.